she's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner. But she always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner. She's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. Talking about that little lady. And the lady is mine. But she's never in the way. Always something nice to say. What a blessing. I could leave her on her own, knowing she's okay alone and there's no messing. She's a lady. No, she's a lady. Talking about that little lady. And the lady is mine. Though she never asks very much, and I don't refuse her. Always treat her with respect. I never would abuse her. What she's got is hard to find, and I don't want to lose her. Help me build a mountain from a little pile of clay. But she knows what I'm about. She can take what I dish out, and that's not easy. But she knows me through and through, and she knows just what to do and how to please me. She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. Talking about the little lady. And the lady is mine. Yeah, yeah, she's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. Listen to me, people, she's a lady. Yeah, 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 she's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Talking about the little lady. She's a lady. Yeah, 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 she's a lady. Oh, Lord, she's a lady. I can't live without that little lady.
And that's my intro, if you guys remember from last night. She's a lady. I'm going to be doing a show tonight with Mr. Midnight Movie. Here's his intro.
I've been around the world, had my pick of any girl. You'd think I'd be happy, but I'm not. Everybody knows my name, but it's just a crazy game. Whoa, it's lonely at the top. Listen to the band they play just for me. Listen to the people pay just for me. All the applause, all the praise, and all the money that I have made. Whoa, it's lonely at the top. Listen, all you fools out there, go on and love me, I don't
Did you have kind of a crush on Tony Curtis when you were younger? Did you think he was handsome?
I thought he was gay.
What?
I always thought he was gay for some reason. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but...
He was married to Janet Leigh.
Oh, I know. I just thought he just looked like he was gay for some reason. I don't know why. I just remember that. So yeah, the Jew picked out that intro for himself last night, and we laughed because I said I can visualize him, rambling in the door real slow. He's got a cigar and a glass of wine, and there's a little kid standing there with a helium balloon, and he takes his cigar and pops the balloon.
Mm.
And he was just laughing. We actually had a blast on the show last night. I haven't laughed. I guarantee you one thing, Mr. Midnight Movie, I'm going to show you this. I have never heard the Jew laugh this hard in my entire life, and I don't think I'll ever hear him laugh this hard again. He literally cracked up. I mean, he couldn't breathe. He was laughing so hard. And it was over me saying one sentence, one little tiny sentence. Let me show you what it was. It was right about here, I believe. Hold on, let me see. I think it's right here. And for your viewing pet. Okay, wait.
Hey, hold on a second. You stop right there.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com.
Wait. Dead. And Stabathan McHugh. I was going to see if anybody would say anything.
So here we are.
Here it is. Listen.
Position, I think.
No, we're
Debbie?
not. We're having a great time. It's all in
Debbie?
your mind. This is all in your mind.
What difficult position
This
are
is
we in?
well. I think that this should be something very special between you two.
What are you talking about?
Because the magic's there, the energy's there. There's no question. And Debbie will tell
I
you.
had baked beans last night, Steve. You're confused.
Well, good for you. But
To the great dismay of my son this morning.
I spoke with Debbie a couple of days ago and said that was the best show I've ever heard.
What show?
Which one,
That
Steve?
was the one with him on it.
Who?
The Jew.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
One angry Jew. I love this fucking guy. I love the fact that he doesn't take himself into the whole thing, and when it does come down to it, he doesn't, and he'll listen and he'll be part of it. And so, if you ask someone who was part of it and enjoyed it, and I'm so into it. I think it's without a question, yes. If
said
it
yes
is the
again.
time, I mean, I want this.
Jew.
You guys, it's certainly.
I'm sorry.
What?
He
Debbie?
got me on that
What?
one. I heard what you
What?
said, Jew. He goes, he said yes again.
Oh,
He's such an
fuck you
asshole.
guys.
He's an asshole.
You are an asshole because
He is an
I'm trying to
asshole.
be as cool as I can be.
He's a jerk. He's
Jewish
laughing. Listen to him.
fucker.
That's the Jew laughing. That hissing noise is the Jew. Listen. I can't wait to hear the playback of that. He said yes again. It was so random. That's the
Jew.
Jew. You can hear him in the
We
background.
hear
He
him
is fucking losing his shit laughing. I've never in my life heard the Jew laugh like that. I don't think the Jews ever laugh like that. He was crying. He was laughing so hard because what had happened is earlier in the show, I played this song right here, the one that goes.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Okay, it's the one. The problem is Spreaker.
You suck. Because
Okay, you know that one where Steve keeps going, yes, 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 yes. Okay?
Well, I love that Andy Bong bit.
I know. But it's the one where the one man from Ohio's got Steve going, yes, over and over again. And the Jew said, and so Steve said the word yes, and I heard the Jew real low go, he said yes again. And it just fucking went all over me the way he said that. And he was laughing at me, laughing at him, but the Jew was literally crying and he was laughing so hard. Oh, you missed a good one. And
you put it on private.
No, it's out there. I didn't put it on private.
Well, when I clicked on it, it wasn't on.
Oh, no. What happens is I changed the title of the show. And so it's got a new title. The new title is called All Women Love the Jew is Rush Drunk. And when you change the title, it changes the URL. I've got to change that. Yeah. No, it's there. It's not on private. That must be why people think I put my shows on private. No. What happens, like, for example, tonight's show is called Thursday Night with Mr. Midnight Movie. Now, if something happens after the show starts, I will change the title. It might be like Invasion by 4chan. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. And so what I do is after the show, I'll change the title and it changes the URL, because right now the URL is www.spreaker.com/Debbie Daly /Thursday Night with Mr. Midnight Movie. And if I change the title, then the old URL, the old link of Thursday Night with Mr. Midnight Movie goes to that show is nowhere to be found. Yeah, so that's what... Oh, I'm so glad you told me that. I'm going to start changing that. I'll change that starting tonight. So we are here tonight for a short show, but we are here. I believe Mr. Midnight Movie is out on his evening stroll as we speak. So I told him that I would go to RottenTomatoes.com for him in his absence and tell him what is happening in the movie scene for the upcoming week of September the 12th, 13th, 14th, this upcoming weekend. So, Mr. Midnight Movie.
Yes.
Starting with what I see at the top is something called the Skeleton Twins. It's got 89 fresh tomatoes, as you say, and 96% audience approval, wanting to see it. It is directed by, since you know directors, Craig Johnson, and it stars Kristen Wiig, Luke Wilson, Bill Hader, Ty Burrell, and Joanna Gleason, and it says, when estranged twins Maggie, played by Kristen Wiig, and Milo, played by Bill Hader, feel that they are at the end of their ropes, an unexpected reunion forces them to confront why their lives went wrong. As the twins reconnect, they realize the key to fixing their lives may just lie in repairing their relationship. And
I don't want to cut you off, but I saw the preview to that, actually.
And
it looks rather interesting, and I won't even say it, but being a twin myself, there's a part of me that doesn't.
Why is it called Skeleton Twins?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's named that, but
should we show everybody the trailer?
Let's show them the damn trailer. Yeah,
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's roll it.
All right, here we go. Now, I'll be depending on you to mute yourself, so here we go.
Hey.
Have you read Marley and Me?
Yeah. Sad.
Why is it sad?
You don't know what happens?
No, that's why I'm reading it. What, does the dog die at the end?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Look how much I had left.
I was thinking you'd come stay with me.
It's okay if I tell them we're trying to get pregnant.
That's great.
And you say we are because it's not sexist that way, right? That's what you told me.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be the creepy gay uncle.
You're hired.
Well, last I heard you moved to LA to be an actor.
Yeah, did you not hear I won an Oscar?
Oh.
Surprise. Oh, back from the dead. What are you doing here?
When do the boys show up?
It's Dyke Night, sweetie.
It's what?
Dyke Night.
You're my brother. We're supposed to be there for each other.
I'm tired of you acting like you're the healthy one and I'm your special needs kid. I get depressed about my life.
So you're not a famous actor? I got news for you. No one's a famous actor.
George Clooney's a famous actor.
Okay, George Clooney, I guess that's one exception. How'd we go 10 years without talking?
Well, it's probably not worth talking about now.
You have to tell me a secret.
I slept with my scuba instructor.
Maggie!
Wouldn't it be easier just to tell Lance you're not ready to have a kid?
What am I gonna do?
I told somebody that I was in town. Don't freak out.
Hi, Angel.
Mother.
Wow. You know what? You need to take the edge off.
Standing here beside you.
What are you doing?
Want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let them say we're crazy. What do they know? Baby,
I say you put on something pretty. We're going out. Dad always told us to stick together, no matter what.
We should have a Dude's Day. I think your version of Dude's Day and my version are totally different.
Awesome! Awesome!
I have a very serious question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Will you go to prom with me?
Looks adorable. I think it looks adorable. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
I would agree, but they should have cast you and me.
Absolutely. We would have done a stellar job at that. Now, for those of you who have ever seen the movie Bridesmaids, that funny movie where the girl has all those problems and she hates the maid of honor, and that is who the girl is. The girl that's called, what's her name? Kristen, I think it's pronounced, it's Wilg. How would you say that?
You know, I can't pronounce her name, but I know she's on Saturday. Both of those guys have been on Saturday Night Live.
She's funny. She's funny.
Yes, she is.
So if you have a date this weekend, you might want to try that. Looks like a wonderful date movie. Let's talk now about Dolphin Tale number 2.
Oh, God. Shoot me now.
All right, I'll shoot you. It's got 70 Rotten Tomatoes, and 85% of the people want to see it. Warner Brothers Picture and Alcon Entertainment present Dolphin Tale 2, continues the story of the brave dolphin Winter, whose miraculous rescue and recovery, thanks to a groundbreaking prosthetic tail, made her a symbol of hope and perseverance. Oh, this is a feel-good movie about a fish.
Oh, my God.
And it's narrated. It's got Harry Connick Jr. and Morgan Freeman and Ashley Judd, Chris Christopherson. You know, it's got a big cast. What do they do? Are they just voices in there or something? Or narrators?
No.
We don't care, right? I can't hear you.
Oh, it looks stupid, Debbie.
There you are. It looks kind of cheesy and, one of those, movies.
Yeah.
Where it's probably going to die at one point and then something saves it and everything. Yeah, whatever. Okay, what about The Drop? Just like there's a raindrop, The Drop is what it's called. And it's got 78 fresh tomatoes with 95% wanting to see it. It says The Drop is a crime drama from Michael R. Roscom, the Academy Award-nominated director of Bullhead, based on a screenplay from Dennis Lehane, who did Mystic River and Gone Baby Gone. The Drop follows lonely bartender Bob Saganowski, played by Tom Hardy, through a covert scheme of funneling cash to local gangsters, money drops, as they were called, in the underworld of the Brooklyn bars, under the heavy hand of his employer and cousin Marv, played by James Gandolfini. Bob finds himself at the center of a robbery gone bad and becomes entwined in an investigation that digs deep into the neighborhood's past. Wow, this must have been shot a long time ago. I mean, James Gandolfini, when did he die?
Yeah, he died, guess last year. So the thing of it is, Debbie, when something waits a long time to be put out, usually it's not very good. I saw the preview for it, and
I want to see the preview for it.
All right, go ahead. Take a look at the preview. The preview probably is better than the movie. Go ahead, play the preview.
Sometimes you're right. The preview is better than a movie. And sometimes a preview gives away almost the whole damn movie, you know? So anyway, we've got some more things to talk about, but let's listen to The Drop. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 1.5. Here we go.
All right, gentlemen, these are on the house. Cousin Marv, thanks for the drink, huh?
In Brooklyn, money changes hands all night long. And it's not the kind of money that you can deposit in a bank.
You handle the drop.
But all that money needs to end up somewhere. They call it a drop bar. You just hide the entire city's dirty money right in plain sight.
All your money in the bag.
Do you know what you're doing? Do you know whose money you're jacking?
Fill the bag!
You don't see anything? Nah, you know, that's this neighborhood, right?
I heard that Cousin Marv doesn't know the bar. Some hard guys do. You're not a hard guy.
Yeah, we had a crew back in the day when we was young. Marv, he thought he was a tough guy. Then the neighborhood changed. It wasn't enough to be tough no more, you know, you had to be mean.
You know this guy? Oh. Find my money.
Find my money.
You need to see this, Marv.
No, I don't need to see what's in that bag.
No, don't look at that, don't look at that.
You're still in the life.
No, I just tend the bar.
You ever go around to the front of the bar and take a look at the names on the sign? Oh, that's my name, because I used to own it once.
They pressed, you blinked, it's over. It's been over for a while now. I'm not this, and I'm not them.
Where is your
Cousin Marv?
And if you
Sit down.
When I walked into a place people sat up straight, they noticed. I was respected. I was feared. And that meant something.
Are you doing something desperate? Are you doing something that we can't clean up this time? There's some sins that you commit that you can't come back from.
What do you think? Your basic gangster movie, mafia, bunch of blood,
it doesn't.
Bunch of bloody
doesn't
murders.
look that original.
Nah, a bunch of bloody murders, a bunch of nasty stuff. So there you go, everybody. Go see The Drop if you want to see a bunch of blood. It's released tomorrow. All the things we're talking about released tomorrow. Now there's something called The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. It's got 70 fresh tomatoes.
Well, let's take a look.
I have and it's got 95% are wanting to see it. And it says it's directed by Ned Benson. It says it stars Jessica Chastain, William Hurt. Wow, we haven't heard from him in a long time.
No.
Isabel Huppert and James McAvoy. Also, Viola Davis has a small part. But it says, with his unique vision, writer-director Ned Benson ambitiously captures a complete picture of a relationship in the beautifully relatable portrait of love, empathy, and truth that is The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. Once happily married, Connor, played by McAvoy, and Eleanor, played by Chastain, suddenly find themselves as strangers longing to understand each other in the wake of tragedy. The film explores the couple's story as they try to reclaim the life and love that they once knew and pick up the pieces of the past that may be too far gone. It was screened at the 2014 Cannes Film Festival. It doesn't say it won anything, but it looks like a love story. Let's take a listen to The Disappearance of... Now, there was a Beatles song, Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Remember? Was that Eleanor Rigby? Eleanor Rigby picks up... No, that was... who picked up the rice at the church where the... Da-da-da-da-da picks up the rice at the church where their wedding has been. Eleanor Rigby. Now I'm losing my shit. I've got to figure this out. I'm going to see what Eleanor Rigby is that the Beatles used to sing. Oh, look at all the lonely people. Da, 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 da. Was that Eleanor? I'm losing it. Hold on. Eleanor Rigby. Eleanor Rigby. The Beatles. Let's see how this goes before I lose my mind here. Here we go. I believe I was right, Mr. Midnight Movie. At least I think I'm right.
Oh, I put myself on. I put myself on mute.
Look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a
jar by the door. Who is it for? Okay, so let's see if this has anything to do with the Beatles song Eleanor Rigby. Take it away. The disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. This would be interesting. It's got a lot of fresh tomatoes and a lot of people want to see it, so let's take a look. This is a service free to you people out there.
Would you mind passing this to the girl with the red hair? Hey.
You're sopping wet.
You noticed that?
You're sopping wet.
Oh, you noticed. Thank you. Hey, Rigby. There's only one heart in this body. Have mercy on me.
Everyone starts out thinking this is forever. But then things get hard.
I can't do this anymore.
I have no clue where she's gone. She's vanished.
None of us know how to help you.
Please stop reminding me that something's wrong.
You look like hell.
Thanks.
Maybe she wants you to go after her.
No, she doesn't.
Wait a couple of days and go after her.
Shut up.
I need to try some other version of myself. We'll never get to where we were.
Where was that?
Someplace good.
Would you still love me if I couldn't pay for dinner?
I'm going to leave first.
Run, run, run!
If you walk away from things, start a whole history of walkaways.
Everything seems so limitless.
It still is. You're the star of my life story.
Where are we?
Someplace good.
Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy goes and gets girl back.
It sounded stupid.
Sounds like a baloney, loney, kissy, yucky thing. Just a sloppy. It's not life. Life is not like that. Trust me. You live. It's like I said. Life happens and then you die.
Yeah, that's correct. So what is coming out? Is that all that?
Well, no. We've got The Honeymoon. We've got At the Devil's Door. We've got The Green Prince and My Old Lady. And the only one that looks, The Green Prince. I don't know. Let me see if that's animated. No, it's not. That's got 76 fresh tomatoes. The Honeymoon has 79 fresh tomatoes. And yeah, I don't know what that's about. Let me see who's in it. It says. Young newlyweds Paul, played by Harry Treadaway, and Bea, played by Rose Leslie, travel to a remote lake country for their honeymoon, where the promise of private romance awaits them. Shortly after arriving, Paul finds Bea wandering and disoriented in the middle of the night. As she becomes more distant and her behavior increasingly peculiar, Paul begins to suspect something more sinister than just sleepwalking has taken place in the woods. Ooh, not bad. And it's directed by Lee Janak. Yeah, so small cast, only like 3 or 4 people there even have listed. And it's got 79 fresh tomatoes, and it's got 89% want to see it. So let's see. A lean, low-budget debut that taps into newlywed anxiety with subtle wit and no small amount of style, says the New York Times. Let's see. Achieves emotional resonance due to how effectively it joins its source of horror with the stuff of everyday human anxiety, says the Village Voice. I don't know. Creepy and disturbing, though it tips its hand slightly too early and has the usual genre associated with characters not behaving logical fashion once the spooky stuff starts happening. So it looks like a spooky one, if anybody out there is into spooky ones. So I could play the trailer, or we could go to another one. What do you think?
Let's go to another one.
Let's go to another one. All right. The next one we have to look at is At the Devil's Door.
Ooh.
Knock, knock. Let's see. Ooh, this looks spooky. From the producers of The Strangers and the writer and the director of The Pact comes At the Devil's Door, starring Naya Rivera, Ashley Rickards, that's what it looks like, Ashley Rickards, and Catalina Sandino Moreno. When ambitious young real estate agent Lee is asked to sell a house with a checkered past, she crosses paths with a disturbed girl whom she learns is the runaway daughter of the couple that are selling the property. When Lee tries to intervene and help her, she becomes entangled in a supernatural force, my cup of tea, that soon pulls her artist sister Vera into the web and its sinister plans for both of them. Ooh, not bad. Directed by Nicholas McCarthy. Have you ever heard of him?
I've heard of Andrew McCarthy, but no.
Andrew McCarthy. You're so cute. Wasn't he one of the presidents or a general in the army?
No, Andrew McCarthy was an actor. He was more famous in the mid to late '80s.
Andrew McCarthy.
Pretty in Pink.
Who am I? Oh, yeah.
Heaven Help Us is a really good film, by the way.
Heaven Help Us?
Yes.
I watched a movie that is an old movie. Have you ever seen Angels in the Outfield?
The original or the remake?
This one said 1997 or 1998, I believe.
No, and I think I saw the original.
I'm guessing. And I also watched The Sandlot.
Yeah, I like that. I like The Sandlot.
I love The Sandlot. The Sandlot, to me, was just one of those great, great movies of all time, you know?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's one of those films about kids that I really enjoyed. It in my opinion, is the way that The Little Rascals should have been made. The remake of The Little Rascals was horrible.
They ruined it.
You know what they did? Because The Little Rascals was a period piece. It was done in the 30s, and
they made a fool out of them. They made a fool out of them.
Well, not only that. I mean, the thing of it is, the director who directed it didn't know how to direct children, and also, it was The Little Rascals was much more rural. I mean, it was shot when California was really rural, and it didn't have the spirit of the Little Rascals.
You're exactly right, because they were in a neighborhood with moms and dads and bicycles and cars, and they made it out to be. Here's the trailer for The Little Rascals, which came out in 1994. Me and Mr. Midnight Movie, if we lived together, we would do nothing but watch movies and trailers.
Throughout history, men have formed secret societies based upon loyalty, fraternity, and one unbreakable rule.
No girls allowed.
Now, one such institution
We're heathen woman haters.
is in serious jeopardy.
You are so beautiful. No.
The Little Rascals. Universal Pictures and Amblin Entertainment invite you to meet Alfalfa,
Figaro, Figaro.
Spanky,
Whoa.
Darla,
You have the sophistication and waiting of a woman of 12.
Buckwheat,
Quick, what's the number for 911?
Froggy,
What's the last sign?
I thought Froggy was adorable. I thought Buckwheat was the most casted person in the history of the world. That was not Buckwheat.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
Darla was adorable.
I just think the whole thing was just misplaced, and just, why they shot it in modern day LA and didn't shoot it on a back lot, or just cover. I mean, even if they're going to do it modern day and don't want to spend the money on making it a period piece, which they should have done, they should have made it in the 30s.
They should have shot it in black and white. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or not even if they didn't want to do black and white, they should have at least shot it somewhere that was a little bit more rural.
Yeah, but don't you think that young Frankenstein would not have been the same had it not been shot in black and white?
Yeah, you're right. No, it wouldn't have.
Think of how wonderful this would have been if they would have made it a real period piece. Because now that I remember it, they had real cars. I mean, they made it. The Little Rascals living in the year 1994 is what they did. Yeah,
and it would have been better as a period piece. And the same thing, in my opinion, with the Three Stooges. That was a period piece. I mean,
I'm so glad to hear you say that. I am so glad to hear you say that. If they would have shot the Three Stooges in black and white, because they had a great Curly, they had a great Larry, and they had a great Moe, but they ruined it with that stupid plot.
Yeah.
I mean, that stupid nun that was supposed to be a female, but everybody knew it was Larry David, and I love Larry David. Don't get me wrong, I worship Larry David, but he was no more a woman than anything. He was Larry David. I mean, it was dumb to me. Yeah, I mean,
sometimes you want to ask. I mean, they just didn't seem to have respect for a lot of them just don't seem to have respect for the material. And that's a problem. And sometimes they make for example, the difference between Leave It to Beaver, the movie Leave It to Beaver, and the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch actually respected the material. Leave It to Beaver didn't do any of that. I don't know if you know.
I did not see Leave It to Beaver. I did see the Brady Bunch, though. I did see that. And now I'll tell you one that I thought was spectacularly shot, and that was the original Addams Family, starring that actor, the one that died of, I think he died of AIDS, but he was spectacular as Mr. Adam.
Yeah, I mean, and that had respect for the TV show. And I am a big fan of the TV show Leave It to Beaver. I thought, it's just innocent and it's just Americana. I don't know if you like the show Leave It to Beaver.
Who starred in the film Leave It to Beaver? Did they really destroy it, or was it good? I mean,
Yeah, I think they destroyed it because they didn't have respect for the material.
And I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. I don't remember much about that for some reason. I don't know. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank here. Let's see what we've got. It's made by Disney, and it says, let's take a look at this. I don't remember this for some reason, and I don't know why I don't remember it.
They were the family you grew up with, the family you always wished you had. The Cleavers shaped a generation, and now the Beeve is back. He has a sensitive father, boys! A caring mother,
Beaver, is there something I can help you with? Oh, no, Mom. I'm not supposed to be sucking up to you.
a patient brother,
That's it. I'm telling.
No, you're not telling nothing.
and charming friends.
Let's get something straight, Beavis. I didn't come here to have a good time. I'm just using you.
Oh.
He's just your typical boy, but there's never been anyone quite like him. This summer, Universal Pictures invites you to join Ward.
June, you're vacuuming in pearls. You know what that does to me.
June.
You know, Mrs. Cleaver, for a mom, you're quite the babe.
Wally. And the Beaver, as they deal with life in the 90s.
I got it.
Cleaver style. Leave it
I
to
have
Beaver.
never seen such a disaster in my life. He looks nothing like Theodore Cleaver. That little boy his brother was almost his same age as Beaver. The mother looks like she's 19, and the father looks like he's an opera singer.
Yeah, it's absolutely no respect for the material whatsoever, and it just, yeah, it kind of upset me. You know, it's like, what does Hollywood do? You know, and the same thing with
What about Bewitched?
You know, like when they did a Nancy Drew movie. It's like, you know, why didn't they do that? Would have been good as a period piece and set it in the 30s when it was written. Same thing with the Hardy Boys. If they ever do a Hardy Boys, why not do it? Set it in the 1920s.
Okay, what about Bewitched? Did you see that?
Oh, no, and it looks horrible.
Oh, it was worse than anything. It starred, now who's the girl from Australia? What's her name that was married to Tom Cruise?
Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell.
Ugh, don't even talk about it. It was horrible. Yeah. It was terrible. It was about, now she did look like Samantha. I'll give her that. She did favor Samantha, but the plot was insane. It was Michael Caine doing, I forgot what Michael Caine was. He was her father.
He's probably the warlock.
Yeah, he was her father, but she wasn't even married. There wasn't a Darren. It was Will Ferrell did that, didn't he? Yes. Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
it was horrible. It was.
She was really. Yeah.
You know, we could make so much money if we just had unlimited money at our disposal, and we could we could cast and make a couple of movies. Think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could.
You know what I think what movie would make money if they did a Johnny Quest.
A Johnny Quest. I'm not real familiar with that.
The TV show? It was animated, so.
No, I don't.
But,
I'm not that familiar with it. Now, the Addams Family, I thought, just take a listen, everybody. If you didn't see the original Addams Family, which came out in 1990-something, I want to say, 93, listen to Angelica Houston and listen to Raul Julia play, Christopher Lloyd. It was just great. Take a listen to this. It's only 1 minute and 17 seconds. Take a listen to this. I highly recommend it.
When we first met years ago, it was an evening much like this. Magic in the air. A boy.
A girl.
An open grave.
You were so beautiful, pale and mysterious. No one even looked at the corpse.
Wednesday, play with your food.
Is this made from real lemons? Yes. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
Thing, you're a handful. I've done this before.
This holiday season, they'll make you feel right at home.
Last night, you were like some desperate, howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again.
The Addams Family. Sorry, but you'll have to wait until November 22nd.
Loved it. Now, that one I thought, now maybe you didn't. Did you see it?
I enjoyed that.
Loved it. I love when they go to the shrink and she goes, yes, you're thinking of the little black monster. And he goes, Pugsley. And she goes, no, guilt. I loved it. It was so funny. I could watch that all the time, as a matter of fact. So that one, did they ever make a movie out of the Munsters? No.
Well, they did a Munsters movie, but no, they didn't.
Did they make one? Oh, what about this one? What about the Flintstones? I thought that was utter failure.
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, my God. I think they still have some of their props on the back lot back there, don't they?
But it made money.
It did? Okay, what about Popeye with Robin Williams?
God, that was
utter failure.
I think it also made a profit, but now it was a pretty good. I think that was his first film, by the way. I think Popeye was his first, and then The World According to God.
Wait, you're not talking into the speaker again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, that was. I think that was Robin Williams' first film, and then he did The World According to Garp, and yeah, it's.
What was your favorite Robin Williams film, Mr. Midnight Movie?
I like The World According to Garp.
I liked so many of them, but one of my favorites was Mrs. Doubtfire.
I like that. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed also the Dead Poet Society.
Excellent. I also liked Good Will Hunting. He was great in Good Will Hunting. Yeah. Did you see the one where he was going to try to be the president? I think it was called Something Man or something like that. The Big Man, the New Man, or Outstanding Man, or he was going to be president of the United States. I forgot the name of it, but he was great in that movie. He's always good, though. But he did one I thought was a complete flop, and I do not remember what it was. It had something to do with a bridge or a road or something like that. I don't remember what it was.
He did a film with Walter Matthau that was pretty horrible.
Maybe that was it. I don't remember what it was. It's hard to believe.
I think it was called Survivors. He did a film called Survivors that was...
I think that might have been what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
It was horrible.
It was. I wonder if they have a preview of that. I haven't heard of that film in a long time.
The Survivors.
Robin Williams and Survivors. I think it was called Survivors.
I'm doing one hand. The Survivors. Yeah, right here it says the 1983. Is that right?
Yeah.
Here we go, and it looks like does it have Michael Ritchie, directed by, oh yeah, it's got Robin Williams. Here we go, 1983, the trailer for Survivors.
These are troubled times. We need leaders, men of courage, hope, and vision. This is not who we need. Robin Williams is Donald.
I think the world out there is coming undone like a cheap suit.
He just lost his job.
Well, now, you want a free play? You're fired.
His girlfriend.
But I'm not going to be here when you get back.
Then he lost his mind.
Hey.
Walter Matthau is Sonny.
Hey, come on. A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
He got held up.
And I'm not wearing any underwear.
And blown up. Then he got a little fed up.
No, not a little, a lot.
Columbia Pictures presents a Michael Ritchie film, The Survivors. The story of two guys who decided it was time to speak up.
And we're tired of being victims, aren't we?
I'm not afraid to go back.
Don't get them mad, Donald.
And the guy who decided to make them shut up.
You're gonna be two of the dead or something. You gotta have a stronger gut through. Well, Mr. Hunky Mofo, take your best shot.
You know, this is one of the neatest times we have ever had.
Hey, survival training's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like skiing except for booby traps.
You die!
That's the way John Wayne would have done it.
Now you're mad at me.
He's more primitive than I thought.
Walter Matthau,
I think you're a total loony bird.
Robin Williams,
Sonny, mental defectives shoot people all the time. I think I could learn.
Jerry Reed.
Well, if you think I'm gonna let you shoot me so you look good for your friends out there, brother, you crazy.
Once they declare war on each other,
This one has your name and address on it.
you could die laughing.
Donald! Donald, you're alive!
The survivors,
You can all go home now. Everything is under control.
Let me rephrase that.
That's a snooze fest. Here comes Jewish producer.
Jewish producer. Is he on?
Yeah. I'm calling from my cell phone. I was just playing this, listening, and I just wanted to call and tell Mr. Night Movie, you really suck tonight. You're a real downer, man.
Why am I a downer?
Yeah, you're not on your best game, right?
No, he's not. He sounds sleepy all the time, and now he's telling me that that movie with Robin Williams and Walter Matthau was no good.
You like that film?
You penis head.
It looked like a snooze fest, Mr.
You're supposed to come over and fix my computer.
Aw, poor
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, he promised.
Come over and fix mine, you fucking asshole.
You're so mean. Everybody loves when you do that. You were so mean to Steve last night. You're crazy.
We have fun, but
I know, I love it. It's your character. That's what you do.
No, I'm really nice. That's all a bad act.
He would have listen. JP would have bought Steve another bottle of peppermint schnapps. That's how nice he is.
I would have got him more drunk.
Yeah.
He was feeling good, wasn't he, JP?
He was.
He would have given the juice a mess.
I played for Mr. Midnight Movie the Jew literally losing his shit laughing at that one part of the show whenever he said yes again. And I mean, I've never in my life heard the Jew laugh like that. He lost his shit.
I don't know what happened to Steve. One day he was pretty cool, and then he fell off,
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. And he said, Mr. Midnight Movie, he goes, why are you so nice to JP and mean to me? I said, JP shows up, Steve. He didn't like that, did he?
No,
he didn't.
He finally caught on, okay, I get it.
The JP was ruthless, Mr. Midnight Movie. You've got to listen to that tomorrow. Put your headphones on, put it in your pocket, and listen to it.
I kept pecking away.
Right.
It didn't take much.
The funniest thing was he goes, hey, Debbie, there's a chat room message for Steve from Popcorn Rules. It says, hey.
Your mangina showing.
He said, does anybody have a tampon? Because his mangina's bleeding. God, it was horrible.
Thank you, Popcorn.
He was horrible.
Popcorn is great.
He is. I don't know who that is, but I think that person is pretty funny. Yeah.
No, wait. Did the first month? When did the first?
Talking to the microphone. Talking to the microphone.
When did the first September movies come out? We're supposed to have a bet on what films are gonna
They
for
all
the week.
sucked.
What are going to be the top films of the week, and what film is going to be the top winner of the opening? What film is going to have the biggest opening weekend for September?
Ugh, they all sucked. Teenage Mutant
I
Ninja
know they're
Turtles
going to suck.
was the only good one. Now, Mr. Jewish producer, we were Jewish producer Twizzlers. We were talking about Twizzlers. We were talking about movies that came from television series, and do you? Ouch. Are any of those good in your opinion or anything? Ouch, 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 ouch. I said I loved the Addams Family, and we were talking about ones that sucked. Do you have any kind of opinion on those?
Addams Family was okay. MASH, I remember, I know Mr. Midnight Movie didn't like it. I thought it was pretty good.
I like the movie MASH, but the movie came out before the TV show.
No.
We're talking about remakes.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
We were talking, did you see Bewitched, maybe, or?
Bewitched.
We said that they destroyed the Little Rascals.
Yeah, that was bad. What about the Three Stooges?
I thought they destroyed that too.
Brilliantly cast, but horrible
I heard
plot.
it was
Wonderful characters. I mean, that guy was Moe, and that guy was Curly, and that guy was Larry, but the plot was ridiculous. It had Larry Davis as a nun. I mean, Larry David. One of my favorite characters in the world.
Now, Debbie, were you a bigger Three Stooges fan or Laurel and Hardy?
I was too young to remember Laurel and Hardy, I think, and I never really saw much of that, but my brothers and I just got up every morning and watched the Three Stooges.
Well, because they had shorts of both Laurel and Hardy and the Three Stooges. I think have you ever seen a Laurel and Hardy short?
Is that the Hey Baby? Nah, I can't.
No, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. I actually like Laurel. That's Abbott and Costello. I actually like Laurel and Hardy much better than Abbott and Costello or the Three Stooges.
Who did the skit? Slowly I turn, step
the
by.
The Three Stooges.
That was great.
Yes, it
that was
excellent. Niagara Falls.
The Midnight Run of Paul Revere.
What? What is that?
They had the Midnight Run of Paul Revere.
Oh, yeah. And they also had, they had the Lady Godiva, remember? They did Lady Godiva.
Battlestar Galactica, terrible.
Yes, I forgot how horrible. What about, what else did we talk about, Triple M? We talked about, what other TV series movies have there been out?
Well, I hated Leave It to Beaver.
Oh,
actually, my favorite TV show was the one they did the best, in my opinion, was The Brady Bunch.
Ooh, I don't even remember that.
I don't either for some reason.
The Brady Bunch movie, you don't remember that?
No.
I actually remember when they did the porno, the Brady Bunch porno.
No, was it the girl always going, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha? Didn't they look just like the kids?
Pretty much. They also did Marsha, 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 Marsha. They did a little, okay, never mind.
Oh, you're right. I do remember that. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Of course. That was pretty good.
What about Bison? What about Robin Williams in a movie called 1 Hour Photo?
I like that.
Where he played that crazy photographer.
That's the movie I'm talking about.
I think he played Steve Rush in that.
Steve Rush. What about Bicentennial Man? Was that Robin Williams too? Was it?
He plays a robot.
Moscow on the Hudson.
I like that.
He had a beard in that one, and it was pretty good.
Let's see. What about what is Candy? I think that's Walter Matthau. 1968, Candy. Huh, that's interesting. What about Golf? Golf. Robin Williams. Oh, no, it's Robin Williams on Golf. Never mind.
Bringing up Walter Matthau, that reminds me of what he did a film called The Sunshine Boys, and that would be me and Jewish producer's career if we ever did a play.
That was a good movie.
It would be The Sunshine Boys.
You think so? I don't believe I ever saw that.
I think we got to do a special on that.
What's it about?
Yeah, I think we got to do. It's about two aging vaudevillian actors.
No, really? Oh no.
Walter Matthau and Yeah.
Here we go. From 1975, the Sunshine Boys trailer starring Walter Matthau and George Burns. Who's who?
Oh, George Burns.
Who's who? Who's George Burns? Mr. Midnight Movie or Jewish producer? Well, let me see if I can figure out. Hold on just a second.
I would be George Burns, and Jewish producer would be, oh, never mind. If you can figure out.
Humor in America came of age in the 20th century. From vaudeville and burlesque to radio, the movies, and television, there's more laughter and more to laugh at than ever before.
Let's see. Say goodnight.
Well, Charlie McCarthy, the woodpecker's pin-up boy.
Now, Walter Matthau, George Burns, and Richard Benjamin are making a movie about a vaudeville team who have been the funniest men in America for 43 years and have hated every minute of it.
Roll it.
You mean to tell me you haven't spoken to Al Lewis in 11 years?
I haven't seen him in 11 years. I haven't spoken to him in 12 years.
I don't hate him. Can't stand him, but I don't hate him.
If it was all that bad, why did you stick together for 43 years?
Al Lewis was the best. The best. You understand?
I understand.
As an actor, no one could touch him. As a human being, no one wanted to touch him.
Oh, it's Neil Simon. No wonder JP likes it. Neil Simon.
Oh, it's an excellent movie. I forgot all about that movie. What a good movie.
I'm going to have to make time for that one, I think.
Yeah, you might want to add that to the queue.
Absolutely. That looks good to me. Okay, I bet you guys do not... Did you see... Okay, Mr. Midnight Movie, have you seen George... Speaking of George Burns and Gracie Alley in The Burglar?
Oh, God.
Come on. We can't stop you. You're Mr. Midnight Movie.
Wait. What was it Seems Like Old Times?
No, it says The Burglar.
I thought Whoopi Goldberg played
No. Jewish producer, what did you change?
Are you second guessing, Debbie? Come on.
Where they all rob a bank. There was one where George Burns and a couple of other old hands all rob a bank.
This looks like one of y'all's favorite parts of this movie. Hold on, look, listen to this.
She can pick you up right now for all I care. All right, knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Don't say it, do it. I think he went crazy in the country.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's some people that are reenacting it. Sorry, but this looks like a better one.
Don't say knock, knock, knock.
Hold on. This looks even better right here. Wait a minute. This is only 30 seconds long.
Two kings of comedy, reunited. I'm sure you're both very excited.
They say the show must go on.
You're a 73-year-old putz.
But for actors who hate each other, all bets are off.
For God's sakes, will you behave like a human being for 5 seconds?
I did this sketch for 43 years.
Vaudeville is dead.
This is where it's at, and that's where I am.
Walter Matthau and George Burns star in The Sunshine Boys.
Oh, God, I forgot how much I love fucking Walter Matthau. He gets so mad.
Great.
Also, it looks like Jack Klugman and Tony Randall on The Sunshine Boys. I think they're talking about it. Okay. I'm just going through some of the clips they have here. And looks good. I can't wait to watch this. This looks really... Of course, I bet you don't know what I consider to be one of the best parts that he ever made. The old man... No, I forgot his name. It's totally slipping my mind. Walter Matthau. He did a movie with Meg Ryan, and she had those two people that were her sisters. It was, I can't remember their names, but I can see their faces. Walter Matthau, and it was called Walter Matthau did a movie with Meg Ryan. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it was it was about an aging father that lived in Los Angeles. He was grouchy. It was called Hanging Up. And it was It was excellent. You guys should, if you ever get a chance to watch it, if you ever see it on late night or anything, watch it. It's amazing.
I vaguely remember that movie. I think I've seen it. And
it's pretty good.
I really liked it.
It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. It's got Lisa Kudrow and Diane Keaton play three sisters that have got an aging father, played by Walter Matthau. Remember, he always wanted to go sit by the bullet because John Wayne actually had touched that bullet or something like that. He was all into, I mean, he was just, it reminds me of somebody on this call a little bit.
I think I saw that movie while I was at the dentist getting a filling.
It's pretty good, though. I mean, the only reason why I liked it was Walter Matthau. He played an excellent part. He has a pretty big part in it, too. He ruins the birthday for the little boy, comes in drunk, funny stuff. So anyway, I was just thinking of Walter Matthau. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to play the preview. I once met Walter Matthau coming out of Bob's Market. JP, really? I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Ever heard of Bob's Market
over there in Santa Monica?
Yeah. Oh, you've heard of it?
I used to go there. I used to live right around the corner from there.
What did you do when you met him?
They should make a movie. They should make a movie called Different Strokes.
You know, that would be great. I love that show.
Oh, about the two young. Who would we cast? Because I think we're great as casting agents. Who would we cast in the movie? Let's see.
I would cast. Well, let's see. If I could find Mr. Solution, I would cast him as Mr. Drummond. I'm kidding.
But he's white.
And
I'm kidding.
And for Willis, for Willis, I would cast the guy who played Screech, and I'd put him in blackface.
Oh no! We could do the opposite. No, wait. We could do the opposite. We could have a black father that has two young white boys that are rich, and he's like this poor. You know, he's on welfare or something. That's a really good concept. Instead of calling it Different Strokes, call it the Same Strokes or something. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Never mind.
Oh, Different Strokes.
Same Pats.
Same Pats. That's right.
I would cast, I don't know his name, but Raj from What's Happening. As both father.
Is he still alive?
And what kind of kid would who would I get as a someone like Todd Morris is one of the kids.
Todd Morris.
And then Goofy Bone. Goofy Bone.
Goofy Bone.
Goofy Bone would play, I'd put him in whiteface, and I'd have him play the little midget kid. He could never grow up because of his kidneys.
You know, if I had enough time on my hands, I could actually splice together a mini movie starring Goofy Bone, Todd Morris, and Mr. Solution with their voices saying stuff.
It probably sounds something like this. What you talking about, Willis?
You know what I'm talking about. You know damn well what I'm talking about. Oh, God.
Todd Morris.
But that would be a great one, a Different Strokes movie. Now, if I were serious about it, I would cast as Mr. Drummond Sam Waterston as Mr. Drummond. Oh, God, we'd have to have like a star search for who would play the little black kid. Willis. Who would I have play as Willis?
I have 2 new drops for y'all to listen to while you think about that. Take a listen to Todd Morris on my show 2 years ago. Listen.
And now it's just me and Todd Morris.
Yes, Todd Alan Morris, age 53.
He's just losing his shit laughing at you. He goes,
are you kidding me?
Morris,
my docs are out there. Everything about my ex-wife and my SIP charge and everything. They know about my taxes, damn it.
You sued your ex-wife to get out of paying child support. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
You go, that
baby. That baby Billy G was not my son.
With a little black boy. Diesel Kilgore.
He should say, "What you talking about, Willis?" You can do that.
I think that's funny. Now, here is Rush last night. This is called, no. Here's one that stars Jewish producer. I call this is not spliced at all. I swear to God, I can show it to you on the show. I call this 3 Guys, 1 Voice.
What'd you do to the monitor?
Again.
Sold to the Americans.
One more time, Wilma.
What'd you do to the monitor?
She was pleased that night.
Yeah.
And I call this one Rush Words of Wisdom.
One Angry Jew. I love this fucking guy. I love the fact that he doesn't take himself into the whole thing, and when it does come down to it, he doesn't, and he'll listen and he'll be part of it. And so if you ask someone who was part of it and enjoyed it, and I'm so into it. I think it's without a question, yes.
Oh my God, so drunk.
There you go. Words of wisdom.
Have another sip.
Don't you love 3 Guys, 1 mic?
Yeah, you know what?
What?
Let's all have a piece of that peppermint schnapps.
3 Guys, 1 mic.
What'd you do to the monitor?
Was I on there too?
No.
I could have heard my voice inflection on there.
What'd you do to the monitor?
And I tried today to hear what each one of them was saying separately. You can hear Jewish producer, his sentence, and you can hear the Jew sentence and Steve's sentence all at once. Jewish producer says...
What'd you do to the monitor?
Jewish producer goes, if anybody asks you, why don't you just get a Mac or something like that? It was so funny. I love that drop. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd show y'all that drop.
Anyways, I am going. I gotta go. My phone's about to die, and
you need to go to bed.
I'm gonna go do some late night stuff.
Trolling.
Basically. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Jewish producer.
Goodbye.
He's so cute. He is so cute. What is this called? What JP eats? Hold on, this is another drop. He might have just missed something good. Hold on.
Jewish producer. You're a sick little boy. You like to eat your little farts, just like a Schwarzer.
Who is that? Is that Andy Bong?
That is Andy.
Was that Andy Bong?
That's the Bongster.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that. Jewish producer. How funny.
Do we have any chat room shout outs, Debbie?
Let me take a look, and then let's let you off of this so you can go to bed. You've had your walk, haven't you? You're ready to go to bed. I don't know. Yeah. There wasn't anybody in the chat room earlier because I didn't tweet it or I didn't Facebook it or anything. So let me take a look and see. Maybe not. Let me check. Just Alan Kruska says toys and RV with Mrs. Doubtfire and Good Morning Vietnam was his favorite. And then Annette's in the chat room. She said, hi, Debbie. And that's all. I think it's just a slow chat room night. But last night when I got off the air, I had 95 live listens with only 4 people chatting all night. There were 91 lurkers in that chat room, Mr. Midnight Movie. I know. Let me do a lurker count. Hold on. And resetting the page. 10 lurkers.
Yeah, this one you just decided to do it late.
You're tired. You need to go to bed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night, maybe on Friday night. I don't have any plans. If you're out and about or hanging out, give me a call.
Will do.
All right, go to bed. Love you and take care. I'm going to hang up on you. All right, I just hung up on Mr. Midnight Movie. That's the only way I can get him to go to bed. And what else was I going to say tonight before I get out of here? Last night was so much fun. Oh, it was fun. What else? Let's see. Oh, let me show y'all the clip to the Walter Matthau, Meg Ryan movie, which I think is amazing. It's called Hanging Up. Just like hang up the phone, hanging up. And what did I do with it now? Let me see. Here it is. Check it out. It's amazing. It's about, like I said, 3 sisters. Well, you'll hear it.
Daddy? Dad? Do you hear it? Dad?
Ever since she was a little girl, Eve and her sisters were best friends. But then, they grew up. Georgia had her magazine.
Georgia, it's Eve. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I love you. Call me every 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, God.
And Maddie always had something.
Eve, open up. Oh, he gets these horrible paralyzed attacks.
Yeah, and he has to take 4 pills a day, and I'm on the set all day.
Forget that, Maddie. I'm not doing that. Come on.
They're still in each other's lives, but their lives just aren't the same.
Your father is missing. Check in the bed of every single female patient.
Could you imagine? Columbia Pictures presents the story of 3 sisters.
Don't tug at your face like that. I'm not tugging. I'm not tugging. I'm mushing. You just cannot do that.
And discovering what it takes to stay connected.
You always ignore me! I'm just as much a part of this family as either of you, and I want to fight! Fine!
They're as far apart as people can be.
I mean, let's face it. God help anyone who needs me.
And as close as anyone can get.
I needed you.
This will be everlasting love. This will be.
Go sit in your special chair back there. Go sit. Yeah, there you go.
Meg Ryan, Diane Keaton, Lisa Kudrow, and Walter Matthau.
Would you like to get into bed now?
Not with you. Directed by Diane Keaton.
It's call waiting. Hold it.
I hate call waiting. It is completely rude.
Don't you have call waiting?
Hanging up.
Did you hang up? Hello? Hello?
Well, it's obviously one of those movies that the trailer does not do it justice. Honestly, it does not do it justice. Because that's a really, really good movie. Seriously, it's a good movie. I highly recommend that movie. And another one, I forgot what it was now. Totally forgot what it was. No, if you've never watched, I know this sounds really cheesy, but if you've never seen Angels in the Outfield, it is the most heartwarming movie you've ever seen in your life. It's not cheesy at all. It's really sweet. It's got sports in it. It's got Matthew McConaughey. It's got a lot of good stuff in it. It's about angels in the outfield. I mean, it's just so sweet. It's got Danny Glover. It's got a lot of good people. It's got the guy from Who's the Boss.
Dad, when are we gonna be a family again?
A boy searching for a future.
I'd say when the Angels win the pennant.
And Williams and Norton collide, and the catch is blown.
A coach running from his past.
Are you cracking up, or is this a repeat of Cincinnati?
No, it's nothing like that.
And a team that's their only prayer.
There's a thing called talent. They don't have it.
God, if there is a God, maybe you could help him win a little. I'd really, really like a family.
Ben Williams makes a miraculous catch.
Holy cow!
How do you do that?
2 angels came out of the sky and they picked up Ben Williams.
Great. A psycho kid. Oh, please, don't drink me. No.
Just call me Al. No one can see me or hear me but you.
Do you believe in angels?
Yes! It must have been those chili dogs I ate before the game.
Unbelievable!
You really do see something, don't you? Yeah! Make some kind of signal.
I'll go like that, okay? Here we go again.
That's the game!
You believe
Angels.
I know it sounds crazy. I'm relieving you of your management responsibilities.
Somewhere between losing hope.
You can't go through life thinking everyone you meet will one day let you down.
And finding the courage.
You can call it angels.
I won't play for anyone but George Knox.
You can call it faith.
That goes for me, too.
You can call it whatever you like.
They gave the world something to believe in.
I got nothing left.
You got an angel with you right now.
Danny Glover. Tony Danza.
Even though you can't see us.
And Christopher Lloyd.
We're always watching.
Disney's Angels in the Outfield.
Excellent video. Excellent video. Loved it. Loved it. Oh, I just loved it so much. One of the greatest roles that I thought Danny Glover did, of course, was Lethal Weapon. He was good in Lethal Weapon, but my favorite, I guess you would say, just darker skinned actor is the movie that he did. Okay, y'all know how bad I am with names. I want to say, okay, he did the movie. He did the movie. It was when Jim Carrey was God for a while. What was his? It was called something like Jim Carrey. I forgot the name of it. Jim Carrey plays God. Let me see if I can find it. Bruce Almighty. Oh, and the Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman did a movie where he played the principal of a school district. And I want to say it was called Stand By Me. Stand By Me. Yes, I believe that was it. That was one of the most moving movies I've ever seen in my life. And it's just amazing. You would have to see it to believe it. I'm just sitting here looking at some of the clips from it. It's crazy. What he does with those kids in that, he becomes the principal to a bad school that's got some bad kids in it. All different skin colors. And it's how he and it's based on a true story, on how he changes the school. Here is a clip that I've never seen about here. Well, now here's a short clip where he's talking to one of the students. It's really good.
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
Yes, sir.
You know what that does to you? Huh?
No, sir.
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells. Now, when you're destroying your brain cells, you're doing the same thing as killing yourself. You're just doing it slower. Now, I say if you want to kill yourself, don't fuck around with it. Go in and do it expeditiously. Now, go in and jump. Jump!
No, I don't want to kill myself, sir.
He was so tough on those kids, which is what it takes. My dad used to tell me you cannot be tough enough on a kid, on a boy. You cannot be tough enough. I mean, actually you can, but you know, if you're ridiculously cruel or something. But here's another scene from that unbelievable movie.
My. Aren't you my little songbirds from the cafeteria? Weren't they with you?
Who, these guys?
Well, I'm sure you've learned the school song by now. You better know it. Because this time, if you don't get it right, you're suspended for 10 days each. Now, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. School song. Let me hear it.
All right, fellas. Let them hear it. East side.
Fair East Side. Fair East Side. By thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Praise thy name, praise thy name. To ever, yeah. Lend a hearts and hands to help increase thy fame. Ooh, Lord, the honor, yeah, of old East Side, cause forth our loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty. So cheap.
All right. Who taught you that? Answer me. I know you didn't do it yourselves. Sam's.
What?
Who taught you this song? Speak up!
Mrs. Powers.
Mrs. Powers, eh? Come with me, all of you.
No. Now you must remember, we need intonation, phonation, accuracy, and pitch. Now this is your note.
Mrs. Powers?
Yes, sir.
These hoodlums have told me something I can't believe. Are you the one who changed the school song like that? Let her answer.
Well, sir, the children thought the song was a bit boring.
Boring, huh? Mrs. Powers, I have never heard a school song like that. And I certainly never authorized you to change it. Did I? Did I?
No, you didn't.
I want everyone in this school to learn that song in English and Spanish immediately. Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You've rewritten our alma mater.
And here's my favorite part.
What's this?
The transfer you asked for.
All right, people, here we are. This is the day. In 1 hour, you are going to take an exam administered by the state to test your basic skills and the quality of education at Eastside High. And I want to tell you what the people out there are saying about you and what they think about your chances. They say you are inferior. You are just a bunch of niggers and spicks and poor white trash. Education is wasted on you. You cannot learn. You're lost. I mean, all of you. I want all the white students to stand up. All my white students, stand up right now. Stand up. Come on. All my white students, stand up. Stand up. That's it. Come on. Stand up. These are my white children. And they're the same as all of you. They've got no place to go. If they had, they would have abandoned us a long time ago like everybody else did. But they couldn't. So here they are at Eastside High, just like the rest of us. You can sit down. Are you getting my point, people? Yeah. Is it beginning to sink in? Yeah. We sink, we swim, we rise, we fall, we meet our fate together. Now, it took the help of a good friend make me know and understand that. And I do understand it, and I'm grateful. I'm eternally grateful. And now I've got a message for those people out there who've abandoned you and written you off. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good. You are not inferior. Your grades may be, your school may have been, but you can turn that around and make liars out of those bastards in exactly 1 hour, and you take that test and pass it and win. So here's what I want you to do. When you find your minds wandering, I want you to knuckle back down and concentrate. Concentrate. Remember what's at stake. And show them what Eastside High is all about. A spirit that will not die.
You know, since today was, for some of you it still is, 9/11, I think it's a day when it doesn't matter if you believe that terrorists did that, if it was a hidden secret plot by the United States that did that, but regardless of who did that, it was horrible. I think everybody will agree it was horrible. It was worse than horrible. It was, I mean, when those towers fell on that day, 3,500 people lost their lives. And I know that saying that doesn't mean a lot to you. You're probably not even listening to me. You're probably typing in a chat room, or you're thinking about something else. But I want you to think about how valuable your life is to you. If I was to tell you that tonight is your last night on this planet, that starting tomorrow you're going to be in a grave, and that's it, then maybe you will think about how valuable life is and how scary it must have been to be those people up in that tower that day, either one of those towers. They had a choice to either burn to death. They knew that the firemen weren't going to get there. They knew it. Either burn to death or jump out the window. What would you do? If you were sitting there in a corner office, huddled down under a desk, breathing in black smoke, and you knew that the heat was so high. I mean, I know we've all been hot. Maybe you've gotten in your car with the windows rolled up. Can you imagine what they felt? And I know that there's people that are like, well, why do we make such a big deal about their lives and we don't talk about the lives of other people? Well, like when I was most of your age, I lost my mother. I basically am a motherless child. I knew my mother less time than I haven't known my mother. I've lived most of my adult life without my mother. And I know that you're thinking, so what? Well, how would you like to not have your mother? And I think that some of us have to put ourselves in other people's shoes for a minute. And that requires stopping what you're doing and getting still and getting quiet and just thinking. I have these headphones over here that I use for target practice at the firing range. You put them on and they're these great big headphones, but they are They soundproof your ears. And when I want, let's say everybody's gone and I'm here alone and I'm cleaning the house or whatever, and I want complete silence, I put those on. I put them on fairly regularly, not all the time, just to hear silence. Just complete silence. And just listen to your thoughts. And I think that's the only way that you're able to really think about what it must be like to be somebody else. Because we're so mean to each other, we're so cruel to each other, and yet we don't think what that person has been through. You know? And I think if we were to try to do that, I mean, like, I know last night that everybody was kind of picking on Steve, but it's hard to really feel bad for somebody that is still so able to be tough. I've heard that before. I've actually heard that about me. I've had serious discussions with people before and say, why don't people take more of a softer role with me when they think about all the tragedy that I've been through? I've probably been through more tragedy than most people put together that I know. And yet people don't seem to give me that or cut me slack or whatever. And it's because I have such a bold personality. And that comes from my father. That's the way my father raised us, to be very bold, very firm in our beliefs, very strong in our beliefs, to believe so much in us that we were, and I hate this word, penetrate. We weren't able to be penetrated. And people say, oh, if I had been trolled as hard as you'd been trolled, I would have already given up. Well, I believe in me as well as you should believe in you. And what I mean by that is, if it's not math, it's all a crapshoot. Who says you're right? Who says that you are more right than I am? It's what we believe in. And if you believe in yourself, and I believe in me, and a lot of people say, how do you believe in you? There's no recipe. There's no magic potion. There's no magic way of doing that. You just do it. You just decide that you're going to believe in you. And what that means is you just decide to yourself that what you say matters. And that's all life is really what we say. Of course, it is what we do, but I'm talking about really through the internet, because y'all don't really see what I do. It's really what I say. And I made a vow years ago when I first started doing this. I told Victor and I told my kids, I am going to stay true to myself on the internet radio. I'm not going to try to become somebody that I'm not. I'm not going to try to make out to be somebody that I'm not. I've always tried to be true to myself, because I asked my Uncle Paul one time, I said, what is your radio voice? And he said, this is my radio voice. He said, I am on the air who I am. And I've always tried to be on the internet air who I am. And that's why I get so rattled when people wrongfully judge me, because I've worked very hard to be who I am. I mean, I know that I've got what a lot of people call a sense of humor, but that doesn't mean I don't have a good heart and I do. I've always had a good heart. Everybody that I know has a good heart, or I wouldn't know them. I wouldn't be around them. That's the main reason I hang out with who I hang out with. But try to put yourself in the other person's shoes during the day when you're dealing with people. Try to think about how they feel. Like, for example, let me give you an example, okay? My daughter. She can be snappy with me and short with me and crass with me. And I could jump right back at her, but I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because I put myself in her position right now. And I know, without getting into any personal details, that she has reason, not excuses, reason to be snappy. And so I allow that. And if you practice this more with other people, if you try to imagine what they're going through, maybe what they've been through, because what people have been through make them who they are. Whenever you take two people, two girls, all right, they both graduated from high school. They sailed through that. They went on and they went to college. And then one girl, her mother dies. The other girls didn't. A couple of years before that, her little brother dies. The other girls didn't. A few years later, her father dies. The other girls didn't. Until you have gone through what that person has gone through, then you really don't know what being them is like. And when a person has gone through certain things, then you make allotments for some of their actions. It's sort of like giving them a hall pass for certain things. Now, I don't want anybody to give me a hall pass for the way I act, because that falls right into the next subject, which is taking responsibility for our actions. I think if you're going to speak for yourself doing things that are ugly, I think you have to at least own what you do. And you have to take responsibility for it. And I've always had a big thing about that. A big thing. I have a big thing. In fact, I said something in the kitchen about an hour before I went on the air about taking responsibility for your actions. I was missing the charger to my new iPhone that I have. By the way, I have an iPhone for sale. If anybody wants to own an authentic Debbie Daly iPhone, I've decided to sell my old iPhone. It's in great condition. There's nothing wrong with it. I just upgraded to the 5SG or whatever it is. The 5, where is the box? And I have my old one here, and I heard it's worth a couple $100 or $300, something like that. The new ones go for $600. I think this one went originally for about $400 to $500. I'm not sure. But it's great. It's a great iPhone. There's nothing wrong with it. But I thought I would see if anybody's interested in buying it, let me know at debbiedailys@gmail.com. It's debbiedailys@gmail. Let me know. Hold on, Poopy Love. Poopy's crying at the door. And it's just kind of a sentimental day. You know, it's kind of a sad day. Thinking about all those people, how scary that must have been. Wow. You know, I played on my show one time a recording of a man that was up in the towers that day, and he calls and he talks to this operator, and then it ends kind of tragedy. It's kind of tragic the way it ends. But I think it's kind of important for us to listen to on this day. It's kind of, sad, but maybe it'll let people know out there what these people went through, and maybe it'll give you a better understanding what it might have been like to be up in those towers. I know that ever since I listened to that recording, it really changed my mind about some things. It's really kind of sad, but take a listen to Kevin Cosgrove as he calls 911 from Tower 2, I believe. He was on the 105th floor. Take a listen to him talking. I must have something muted. Hold on. What did I do with it? Hold on. And let me try this one.
I can't go with notifications made.
What's that?
What's the telephone number? I'm waiting for MC to pick up. What's the telephone number you're calling?
You can do MC.
You can do MC?
441-2623.
441?
2623.
It's on 105th corner, northwest corner, right?
Right.
At number 2 World Trade Center, right?
Lady, there's 3 of us in this office. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad.
I understand, sir. We don't try to get all the apparatus there. I'm trying to let them know where you are.
Oh, please, hurry. Fire department 408.
This is 1597.
Let me talk to the caller, PD.
1597.
Let me talk to the caller. Where is he?
He's on the line.
Let me talk to him. Where's the fire, sir? There's smoke. Right there. 105, 2 power. All right, sit tight. We'll get to you as soon as we can. There's some staying up at the smoke really bad, man. That's all we need. That's all we can do. Where are you? What's you guys up to? We're getting there. Doesn't feel like it, man. I got young kids. I understand that, sir. We're on the way.
He's on the 105th corner, northwest corner.
Yeah, no problem. We're operator.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, we have everything, sir.
I know you do, but it doesn't seem like it. You got lots of people up here.
I understand.
I know you got a lot in the building, but we're up on the top. Smoke rises, right there. We're on the floor. We're in a window. And then you have to do 3 now. Can't see.
Okay. Just try to hang it there. I'm going to stay with you.
You're in an air-conditioned building.
What the hell happened? Okay, I'm still here. She's just trying to fire department is trying to get to you.
Does it feel like it?
Okay, try to calm down so you can conserve your oxygen, okay? Try to...
Thank God to blow you in from the left. It's really there. It's black. It's iron. Does anybody else have a child in here? We're young men. We're not ready to die.
I understand.
How the hell are you going to get my ass down? I need oxygen.
They're getting to you. They have a lot of apparatus on the
It doesn't feel like it, lady. You get them in from all over. They get in from Jersey. I don't give a shit Ohio.
Okay, so what's your last name?
Mine's High School. I must have called about a dozen times already. Cosgrove. Yeah, my wife thinks I'm all right. I called her and said I was leaving the building. I was fine, and bang.
Well, I want to...
Hold on. Cherry. That Cherry, you said, right? Yeah. That Cherry's next to me. 105. Who's office? John Astro's office.
That's what you said. That's the office.
You're in John Astor's office. O-S-T-A-R-U. A-R-U? Right, that's the office we're at. There's three of us in here.
O-S-T-A-R-U.
O-S-T-A-R-U.
Hello?
Hello. We're looking at financial center. The three of us, two broken windows. Oh, God!
And then down came the building. And it just, I just remember it sent chills down my spine the day I saw that building come down. It was one thing to see them go into the building. I thought, well, they'll save them. Those buildings are strong. But when I saw those buildings go straight down, I thought, wow. And the minute I saw them go down, I said, there's something not right here. There's something not right. It just doesn't seem normal for those buildings just to go boom, 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 boom. And it was just seemed like a planned explosion or something, a planned demolition. I'm not saying who did it. I have no idea who did it. I have no idea. I mean, I think I know who did it. I think it was the Al-Qaeda, those terrorists, were they Muslims or something? I don't know. I don't know who did it, but it's a very sad, melancholy day. I remember the day my mother died. I remember the day my father died. I remember the day my brother died. And it's just like you remember every single moment of that day. The day my mother died, I had cleaned my house all day long. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a little baby named Heather. She was just a little tiny thing. And I had gone to the mall. I had called my mom and asked her if she wanted to go shopping with me. And she said, sure, I'll go. She didn't feel all that well. She never felt good. I always hated that. She was always like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And went to the mall, and we bought Heather a Christmas outfit to have her pictures taken in. It was a red velvet dress with white tights and black patent leather shoes, and it was just beautiful, and a ribbon in her hair. And I remember saying to myself, I wonder where we're going to go have the pictures taken. We were driving down the street from the mall, and I saw a Kmart. Believe it or not, I saw a Kmart that said, have your pictures taken, and you can get them right then. So I thought, what the heck, we'll just go in and see what it looks like. We went in, and it was a nice backdrop. We had our pictures taken, and I went home to take my mom home. I dropped my mom off at her house, and she said, let me keep Heather until your father comes home. You can go home, make your dinner and all this kind of stuff. I said, okay, fine. I left her there, and she wanted my father to see her in the Christmas outfit and everything, blah, 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 blah. Well, I went back over there after Victor got home from downtown and picked her up. It was about 7 o'clock, and I went to the door. She met me at the door with the baby, and she was very tired. And I remember saying, are you okay? And she said, yeah, I'm just real, real tired. And I said, just go lay down. Dad'll be back in a little while. And that was the last words I ever uttered to her, because I left, put Heather in the car seat, drove off, waved goodbye to her, went home, went to bed. Victor and I were sound asleep. The phone rang at 10:30 at night. It was my father saying, I just got home, and Mom has passed away. She was laying on the floor in the living room, and all three of her dogs were asleep by her. Just sound asleep, like she was asleep and she was dead. And she had had a heart attack. And that was it. Boom. Here one minute, gone the next. And my father died very slowly. He had died of cancer. Very sad. and I was sitting talking to Annette on the phone. She was in Colorado, and she didn't want to go to Colorado, but she could not stay because the entire family had planned this trip, and she was so mad at herself for having to leave me. And I had gone off and left Victor with 2 children and had been over there for about a week or 2. And he was really getting bad. Hospice was coming by once a day and taking care of him for me. And I began to hear what they call death rattles. And that's when they're really breathing their last few breaths, I guess you could say. And it's just like, it's sort of like a slurpy sound. When you get to the bottom of a slurpee and it goes like that. It was really loud. I was talking to Annette, and I said, well, I'm going to watch some TV. I'll talk to you later. And I hung up. And then I remember sitting there just watching TV. I was watching the news, and I thought to myself, I don't hear my father. And I walked down the hall. I walked into his room. He was in his hospital bed, and he was gone. And it was just like so quiet and so peaceful. He just closed his eyes and went, And it's very hard it leaves a very big emptiness in you, Now, the day my brother died, I don't talk about that. It's too hard for me to talk about, but a piece of me died with him. I mean, I wasn't the same person after he died. I mean, people say I've got a big, strong personality, and I'm always, life of the party, fun to be with. You should have seen me before that. Before he passed away. It was tragic. My grandfather, who was the strongest man in the world, it was the first time anybody had ever seen him cry. He actually cried at the memorial service. Very sad day. But, it's just kind of a melancholy day. And it makes me think of people that are gone and the people that died in the World Trade Center and the other things. I hate to think, forget about them, which was bizarre to me. I'll never understand how all those people disappeared in that airplane. That was too bizarre for me. I don't know. I just kind of put that out of my mind because I don't know how to make sense of that. I mean, that whole plane was gone. And then when you talk about the Pentagon, I mean, that certainly didn't look like where an airplane had gone through. It looked like more like a big torpedo went through or a submarine or something. That was weird to me. I don't understand Building 7 falling. I don't know what happened there. It was like hours and hours after these others had fallen, and all of a sudden it just falls for no reason. I don't know. Questions, but I hate to think that the country did that. My gosh. I think it would be hard to keep something like that secret. But then it would also be hard to keep secret that the CIA was responsible for murdering John F. Kennedy. Maybe some things like that can be kept secret. I don't know. Maybe if I knew a gigantic secret, I damn sure wouldn't tell it, would you? I mean, I know that there's been people on their deathbeds that have made different things about the John F. Kennedy assassination, which was tragic. Very sad. Wow. That was so uncalled for. John Lennon. I mean, what a jerk that guy was that shot him. Shot him in the back 5 times, 4 times, something like that. Just this maniac that had read Catcher in the Rye. And, normally I'm not like this on the air. I'm more upbeat, but I think sometimes you just have to stop and reflect on things like that, with people that are gone before us. And I just recently lost my best friend, Sandra. She's the girl that I told you back in February was diagnosed with breast cancer. She put up a good fight, but she lost it a week ago, Sunday. She left this dimension. She's now in what I call the void, waiting on the return of the second coming. Yeah, but that's another story for Sunday. If I don't talk to you guys again, listen in Sunday. Me and Chris are going to do another one. Now, me and Chris did one Sunday that I deleted. I actually deleted it because it was just not good at all. There were some good parts of it, but Chris got upset towards the end, and in respect for him, and I went ahead and put it down. I deleted it, but there's no reason to, other than the fact that Chris got upset. He started talking about his marriage, and one thing led to another, and he ended up getting upset. And I thought, that's not something that I want to have on the show here for him. So I took it down. But it was pretty good as things go. This is the way it went. Some of it. Take a listen to some of it, so you'll know that I'm not covering up anything here. Here we go.
I'm desperate.
Started out with a song. Let me go forward here.
I absolutely love your show.
Who did I yell at? Didn't I say, like, shut up, David? I think it was
something like that. Like
David, I think.
I mean, people don't get away with stuff with you.
I don't miss a thing, do I?
No. You're like, I didn't say it. No, wait. I did not say that. And I've got the audio right here to prove it.
That's right. I always do. And we are going to have 2 songs tonight. Now, I want to ask you, did you actually produce these songs, or?
Yes, I did.
Get out of my life. Are you serious?
I produced both of them.
I wish y'all could see how cute Chris is. Chris is the kind of guy that if you were walking down the street, you'd go, fuck. You'd look at him and go, shit. He's gorgeous.
I really appreciate it, Debbie. And oh yeah, by the way, right back at you.
Thank you.
But I had a lesbian tell me I was cute tonight, and that doesn't happen very often.
You are cute. I mean, my own daughter came in here one night and she goes, damn. Even she thought
what?
And then the little toddler came in to visit with us for a while. Let me find that part to show you guys.
Heather said that.
Yeah.
Girls' mugshots in here. Okay,
you put them together with what they did.
What? His name's Jed?
Uh-huh. Jet.
Hey, Jed. Jet. Jet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's adorable.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi,
He's watching everything you do. He can't take his eyes off of you.
Aw. Well, that's a very cool name, Jet.
Ask him, does he like Ninja Turtles?
Do you like Ninja Turtles?
I do like Ninja Turtles, Jet. And you want to hear something?
What?
Ninja Turtles, they were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they were around when I was your age. And I remember going to Disney World when I was probably like around your age there and seeing the Ninja Turtles. And they're still around.
But I'm 4 years old.
You're 4?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you talk very clearly and articulate. And, well, you talk very nicely for a 4-year-old, Jet.
Tell him what you got today on your arm.
I got a Ninja Turtle watch.
You have a Ninja Turtle watch?
Mm-hmm.
Jet, guess what? I had a Ninja Turtle watch when I was like 7 or 8. And you opened it up. You like slid it open. It was like a turtle and you slid it open. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Raphael.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I like Michelangelo, but Raphael, yeah, he's a good one. Have you seen the new movie?
Yeah, the new Ninja Turtles.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
but
wow.
I saw the movies on it. I gotta see it now. I gotta see it.
Tell
I
him
can't
it's the
believe they are
coolest
still
movie in the
around.
whole world.
That is so cool because, I mean, they were around when I was a little kid and they're still around. So,
Chris, it's funny. Chris lives by the beach. Did you know that?
Yeah? No?
Yes, he does. He lives by
putting
the
the
beach.
webcam on.
Trying to see if my camera's going to work.
Oh,
here
no,
today.
the thing started spinning and I thought you were
did
putting
it?
it on. It's okay. You don't have to.
Oh, it'll work
Scaredy
now.
Cat wants back out. But, but anyway, I was, do you love Jesus, Jet?
Yeah?
Oh, me too. See, a 4-year-old can even understand that. And you know what? It says in the Bible, Jet, did you know this? It says that if you can't, that we should all accept Jesus as a small child does, even when we're adults.
Mm-hmm. I play football.
You play football?
Mm-hmm. Flag football.
Really?
He likes you, Chris. He's never talked this much to anybody before. And he wears a crucifix around his neck. And who is on that crucifix?
Jesus.
Oh, that is fantastic. I am so glad that you've got Debbie as a grandma and your mom are teaching you how to love Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we had a nice visit with the little toddler. Then we played some music and some of the preacher from his church. I think that's around here.
Down praising and worshiping Jesus. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I mean, I joined this church after just going to over 2 Sundays. I just had to realize that if I was looking for a perfect church, I was not going to find it. I just don't know what it's called. I'll find it though. But anyway, just saying. I'll check it out. Is that we first think of it? Oh, and if you want to get the other.
And then we started talking, or he brought up his marriage, and it's a painful subject for him, as it would be for anybody who had been blindsided with a divorce.
2 guys on here, that's fine too. But and fusses at me and acts like he's a cop and says, "Oh, you can't pick up litter." And I'm like, this highway is trashed. Somebody's got to pick this up, and you guys aren't doing it. So I talked about it on my podcast. He listened to it, and he went to the president of Penn.
He's talking about his father-in-law, his evil father-in-law.
And told him that, and said that, "Oh, I'm so concerned about my son-in-law." Yeah, that's a bunch of crap. And I even still have the email he sent. But anyway, and basically the gist of it is he was trying to get me in trouble. He was trying to get me cited and fined. All right, and
how evil can you be?
I mean, just and I was like, well, man, Mr. That's real interesting. And and then he goes, and then he says, I've been telling Carly to divorce you.
Oh my God.
I don't think you guys should have been married to begin with. This is a man who claims he's a Christian, who claims, oh, he was Saul and turned into Paul. Yeah, give me a break. No, I don't think so.
I think he went from Paul to Saul.
He's still Paul.
Exactly.
He's still Saul.
He's still Saul.
And then he starts sanctimoniously telling me...
that's almost incestuous.
The guy's a madman.
You know what I mean? It's like he's got the hots for his daughter or something. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like he doesn't want anybody else.
It seemed weird like that. It did. There was something weird about it, the way he was acting towards me.
That is weird.
Absolutely.
That's fucked up.
And then he goes... because and then when he told me that, I went and I got my Bible, and I read to him here in Corinthians, about marriage, that a wife should not leave her husband, and a husband should not leave her wife. And he basically said, here it is, right here, 1 Corinthians 7:10, and unto the married I command, yet not I. And this is Paul writing to the Corinthians, and listen to what he says. And unto the married I command, yet not I.
So we talked about that. And then he got real upset when he started talking about a marriage counselor that wrongfully visited with his wife without him present. And that is a major, major no-no in counseling. If you don't have both parties present, you are supposed to reset the counseling session. And that's when he just really got upset, right about here. And I came this close to filing a grievance against her for what she did.
What do I do here, Debbie? Debbie, this is just bringing up so many emotions for me because, okay, she goes to the church that we got married in, and if I wanted a reason to say screw church, believe me, I could come up with a whole bunch of them. Gets referred out by the church to this effing piece of crap who, and I don't even know that she's going to see him because she doesn't tell me. Oh, he makes me feel better. Oh, I like going. I go, you're not going anymore, and I want to know who he is.
So that's what it was. There was nothing to hide, nothing strange. We didn't say something that we didn't want anybody to hear, but I just, out of respect for Chris, he's my Sunday night co-host, I took it down. Just because, I mean, he doesn't start crying or getting upset. He just says, I gotta go. And he hangs up. And so that's why. I just did it out of respect for him. So, well, I guess I will say goodnight. I would check my chat room, but I checked earlier and there wasn't a lot of action going on over there at that time. So I usually don't check it again. I'll go by and check it after I get off the air. So if you're in there and you want to chat with me, I'll go by when I get off the air. So, for I'm Debbie, and for Mr. Midnight Movie and Jewish Producer, we will see you guys the next time we do this. And now we will close on a melancholy kind of feeling day. I will close with this lovely song, and I will see you guys next time, okay? Thank you.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows, only time? And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows, only time? We gotta say